Well, there it is. It's official. Puerto Rico's finest, Bad Bunny, will be the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show in February on NBC and Peacock.
It wasn't just music. It wasn't just another halftime show. It became a battlefield.
If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
The moment the NFL announced Bad Bunny as the official headliner of Super Bowl 60 halftime show, it exploded into one of the most controversial entertainment storms in recent memory. One of the world's most powerful stages, February 8, 2026, watched by over 100 million people, was suddenly handed to a Puerto Rican artist who has built his empire not by bending to America's mainstream, but by forcing it to listen in Spanish. That one decision split the country in two. Almost immediately, the backlash began. Former President Donald Trump called the NFL's choice absolutely ridiculous.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
In a rant picked up everywhere from Fox News to People magazine. He added a line that spread like gasoline. "I've never heard of him." To his followers, it was framed as proof that the NFL was bowing to cultural politics instead of tradition. To millions of Bad Bunny's fans, it was an insult that revealed just how out of touch Trump was with the streaming generation. Here was a man who shaped the charts, headlined Coachella, sold out stadiums worldwide, but Trump, the man who once threw paper towels at hurricane survivors in Puerto Rico, claimed ignorance. But the controversy didn't stop there. It took a darker turn when Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem suggested that immigration enforcement officers might do their job at the Super Bowl.
Will there be ICE enforcement at the Super Bowl?
There will be, because the Department of Homeland Security is responsible for keeping it safe.
Latino communities immediately read between the lines. She was hinting at ICE raids, using the halftime show as a warning shot. Memes and hashtags flew, "Don't deport the halftime show." Fans saw it as intimidation aimed not at the artist, but at the very audience he represents. And Bad Bunny? He didn't stay quiet. He stepped into the fire. On Saturday Night Live, he delivered a monologue, half in Spanish, half in English. He looked directly into the camera and told critics, "If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn."
If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
That one sentence, sarcastic, bold, and unapologetic, became the line that defined the entire scandal. The audience laughed, the internet exploded, and the message was clear. He wasn't going to water down his culture for America's biggest stage. Instead, he was daring America to meet him halfway. The backlash became bigger than the music. Fox News anchors framed him as a cultural threat.
Certainly the NFL has very much put its foot in its mouth, the National Football League, in deciding that Bad Bunny is going to be the Super Bowl halftime show.
Memes mocked Trump's "never heard of him" as proof of his disconnect, and Spanish-speaking fans celebrated it as a new form of power. Suddenly, the halftime show wasn't just a performance, it was a referendum on who gets to represent America. That is the fire you need to understand. This isn't about set lists or costumes. This is about identity, immigration, and the battle for cultural legitimacy on the most televised stage in the world. And it's about one artist who turned every attack into fuel. The scandal spiraled because Bad Bunny knew exactly how to turn criticism into a headline. Every Trump insult, every Fox News panel, every ICE threat, he flipped them into proof of why he belonged on that stage. His 4 months to learn joke wasn't just comedy, it was strategy. He forced millions of viewers to confront the idea that Spanish is not an outsider's language anymore. It's central, it's powerful, and it's not asking for permission.
Puerto Rico shows are different, that's my home, so I put everything on that stage, so I'm ready.
Think about the sequence. First, Trump dismisses him. Then, Homeland Security threatens the immigrant communities tied to his fan base. Then, conservative pundits echo that this is a slap in the face to tradition. Instead of shrinking, Bad Bunny doubled down. He wore his Puerto Rican identity like armor, knowing every viral clip would spread faster than any press release. And the public saw it. Headlines from The Guardian, EW, People and Le Monde weren't just reporting a concert booking, they were reporting a political fight. Jennifer Lopez, Daddy Yankee and other artists jumped online to defend him.
I don't understand that. He's one of the top artists in the world right now, probably the top. Yeah. You know, and it could be a lot of different people. That's the thing.
Fans plastered memes across X and Instagram. Bad Bunny has 4 months to teach America Spanish. The scandal gave his music even more reach, with streams surging on Spotify. What was supposed to be a halftime booking turned into a cultural takeover. And here's the irony. Trump's own words gave Bad Bunny his biggest meme. "I've never heard of him" instantly trended, not as an insult, but as proof of the generational gap. Gen Z and millennials clowned the statement, turning it into TikTok sound bites. Old politicians out of touch, young Latinos in command. This is where we need to stop and ask the real question. Do you think Bad Bunny is being fearless, or is he pushing too far, risking the biggest stage in the world? Drop your thoughts below in the comments and hit that subscribe button, because I want to know exactly how you see this scandal. Because here's the twist, this is bigger than Bad Bunny. The halftime show has always been political, from Janet Jackson's wardrobe controversy to Beyoncé's Black Panther-inspired performance. But Bad Bunny represents something new, not just American pop culture with a Spanish accent, but Spanish as the main event.
There's nothing better than be yourself, most in like in life, but in art, music, be yourself is the best. So
that's why this fight is so raw. It isn't just about music. It's about redefining what America looks like, sounds like, and celebrates in front of the whole world. So what is the only fact you need to know in this chaos? It's this: Bad Bunny has already won. Not because he'll sell more albums, not because the halftime show will be historic, but because the backlash proved his point before he even steps on stage. Trump's dismissal, Noam's threats, Fox News outrage, all of it became part of the story that Bad Bunny wanted to tell. The 4 months to learn moment wasn't just comedy. It was a cultural line in the sand. He dared America to keep up. He told immigrant kids they belonged. He made the Super Bowl, the most American event, speak in Spanish before kickoff even happened.
You might not know these, but I'm doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
And here's the kicker. His opponents made him stronger. Every conservative headline only amplified his reach. Every angry rant only widened his fan base. What began as criticism turned into proof that he's bigger than a halftime stage. He's a cultural shift. When you strip away the noise, when you cut through the arguments, the fact remains. Bad Bunny turned his haters into his hype men. Trump said he'd never heard of him, but that single soundbite made sure millions more did. Kristi Noem tried to scare immigrant fans away, but all she did was make them louder online. And the NFL, which thought it was just booking a star, ended up booking the most political halftime show of the decade. That's the story, that's the scandal, that's the only fact you need to know. Bad Bunny isn't just headlining a halftime show, he's rewriting who gets to stand at the center of American culture. And when the lights go up in February 2026, the whole world will see it, whether they're ready or not.